Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Yeah, here we go, y'all. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everybody.
That's right. A couple things to pick up on here. Getting a couple text messages about Jaybird's food binge is going down. Mentioned at the end of the regular show today. Mikey and Andrew both hit me up on Twitter. Mikey said, hashtag just one day, Kev won't kill him. And Jaybird, you're not asking too much. Wake up and do it, Kevin Ralston. Hashtag make Bird happy. Andrew Levine said, come on, man, Kevin Ralston, we need to see Fat Kevin for at least an hour. You go to the gym anyway, so it's not like you can afford to do it.
You can't afford.
We know what they were trying to say, and I appreciate them.
Don't be the diet beady-eyed pansy, hashtag Fat Kevin. Okay, well, to both of these guys, in fact, I responded back on Twitter to Andrew Levine, and Mikey, I'll have to respond to you. I said, you guys come and do 1 hour with me and my trainer tomorrow at 12:30, and I'm in. So if you guys can do 1 hour with the trainer, I'm there.
Wow. Okay, motherfuckers, you heard the diet pansy.
But
Let's
you got to do
this.
1 hour. You can't, go in 3 minutes, barf, and be like, I'm out, I'm done.
I can't do it.
Yeah, if you want me to do it, you have to do 1 hour, and then you give me 1 hour in the gym with my trainer doing what he tells you to do, and you've got to do it.
Getting swole.
Yeah, then I will give you 1 hour of Fat Kev.
Okay, y'all, you heard him.
Yep. So there you go.
I like it.
Tomorrow at 12:30, got to work on his schedule too.
Challenge, counter challenge.
That's right. So if you can do it, hang for the whole hour and go through it, then I'm in.
All right.
Okay. So there you go. Gauntlet has been thrown down.
A lot of times these motherfuckers on... I gotta stop saying motherfucker. A lot of times these people on Twitter, they like to talk a big game, and there's never any follow-through. Prove me wrong.
There you go.
Please.
What do you want me to cook?
Grilled cheese.
Okay.
Definitely the Virginia-style grilled cheese. And if you want to throw in some hash browns or like a French fry kind of a thing, no one's going to complain about that.
All right. You know, I'm going to make them hot and fresh. I'm going to make them in the studio.
Oh, I know.
Because grilled cheese should only be served hot and fresh.
We're only getting the best for this, baby. That's why we're hiring you.
Okay.
Love your grilled
I always,
cheese.
and if I had to go for anything too, I am there was something, was it Shoney's? What was it? It was one of those like Shoney's Big Boys or something like that. When I was a kid and they had this dessert, and oh man, it would drive Fat Kev crazy all the time. It was two basically brownies, and it had a square piece of ice cream in the middle. So it was brownie bottoms, ice cream, and then it was drizzled with hot fudge on top of it, and then whipped cream all over it.
There's a dessert at, it's called Pirate something.
Yes.
Panda gets
Yeah,
it.
it's at
Pirate's Treasure.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it at Pirate's Well?
It's at the Ale House.
Ale House.
That's right. Okay.
Panda
yeah.
gets it because he said, Jaybird turned me on to this. And it looks like it's for a family of 4, but it's not. And it is massive.
Do you know what I find interesting, though? Go back and listen to the last minute and a half of the Kevin Ralston talking. We were talking to Fat Kevin right there. Did you hear how happy he was?
Oh, yeah. No.
There's a smile in your voice.
If I were doing it, if like, say something happened and God said, Kev, I'm going to give you 1 hour. There's just, your body's not going to feel bad. There will be no negative repercussions of what you're going to do food-wise in this hour. And I had to say, because I really went down it, because there is a point, too, where it's like, I do enjoy eating where you're not feeling like you're going to throw up, you know, because and I still would eat even when I feel like I have to throw up, but it's more fun when you don't feel like you're going
Sure.
to.
I think you're getting it crossed up, too. This whole thing isn't about eating as much as you want and getting full. If you only had one tender and a slice of pizza, that's fine. It's what you're comfortable with. It's just a matter of just throwing a little caution to the wind before the holidays. Yeah, you don't have to eat till you shit. I mean,
Yeah, I think I would.
I would like to see Kevin get down with a chicken
So I think
tender.
you did sing about that in the song,
well,
didn't you?
I mean, come on.
Have you had the bird sauce, Kevin?
I think so. Yeah, I think I tried it when it came in here. I just put my finger in there and dabbled on it. It's delicious. I love it.
It's very insulting.
You got to get it on a tender. You got to dip it and you got to make it real wet and you just got to go for it.
You've never turned me on more. Like I'm there.
Stay over there.
Let me see here. So yeah, that would that'd be some good stuff. Yeah, if I could do that, I think that'd be like right on there. I gotta have an ice creamy type something.
Okay.
Because that's what I used to do when I was a fat kid. Because we had a Dairy Queen in my hometown, and so I would love the Blizzard. You know, that big old thick kind of like
got
shake.
chunks of candy in it.
Yeah, I mean that was just
heaven.
Great stuff.
He's not even this happy when he talks about the Buckeyes. You know, I'm telling you
right
now.
I loved. Oh
you
man,
are not. There's a smile in your
I
voice.
love that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was. I mean, I did the pizzas and all that, but I really loved like the sundaes and the chocolates and the
sweets
little
was
Debbie's.
Fat Kevin's drug of choice.
Sweets, yeah, soft batch cookies, like the chewy chocolate chip kind of cookies. Yeah.
Have you seen what they do with the Blizzard now? Don't they put like a core in it where they have the middle is like either caramel or fudge so you get the Blizzard with all like the cookie pieces or the candy pieces, but then the core is this round area of just solid caramel or fudge or peanut butter.
Some places do it really well. Some places they're kind of shitty with it. The stuff breaks up in the middle, but you're right. There's places that nail it, and when they nail it, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Kevin don't even know about the core.
No, come on.
I don't think he knows about it.
No, I don't. I don't think I do.
It's new since you've been in the game.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and it's been a while since I've been in the game.
He don't know about no core. When it comes to his food, he knows about that boar.
Yeah.
Only core he knows about is like exercise.
Yeah. When you say core to me, I'm thinking about abs. Yeah.
Look at my abs.
In fact, I might be working core today. Yeah.
1 hour, Pansy.
That's the core I do. Yeah. Well, we'll see if I can get Andrew Levine to show up tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's just all a matter about Andrew Levine.
It's all on Andrew.
Andrew Levine, you gonna make it famous.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, bud.
He did. Andrew Levine's talking major shit on Twitter. I love it. This is what it's about, baby.
Let's
I love
get it going. Come on, Andrew.
Okay. Just gotta give me 1 hour tomorrow. Wear your sweat pantalones. He said, "Oh well, you actually think I could last an hour in my scrawny behind?" Okay.
Oh, Levine, come on.
Levine is officially punting.
All these Twitter gangsters, Virginia.
This just in.
All these Twitter gangsters.
Bit's over.
Bit's over.
Yeah, I'm actually just, so in fact, I just got the text a little bit ago from my trainer. He's over at a new gym. I'm going to a new gym with him. And it's been a year since we worked out. And I still go a little bit, but I mean, I was just, and I remember, because, different things were happening. He was moving on, going different places in his life, as so often happens, and things were, going that way.
He was moving and going places we weren't.
Yeah, well, and I remember that last day working out with him and the relief. I'm just saying, oh my gosh, this is the last day.
I'm free.
Yeah, and because, I remember just driving to the gym with just such dread of because I know this hour is just going to suck.
Well, he really gives it to you.
He does. It's an ass kicking. It's just you're on the ground sweating, feeling like you're going to throw up for about 45 minutes.
That's interesting. I just got a text message from my trainer, Philip from Butts Chicken and Seafood. Yeah, it's definitely confirmed. We're going to have double corn fritters.
Double?
Yeah,
wow, okay.
So your trainer's hitting you up, my trainer's hitting me up.
Yeah, just going in separate directions. Let me see here. Yeah, it is fun, yeah. People throwing in their own suggestions. The strawberry cheesecake rolls.
Oh yeah, those are.
That sounds amazing.
That's a young man's game, by the way.
Strawberry cheesecake rolls.
Little Debbie treats and all this kind of little rolls and all that stuff. They're great, but they are a young man's game.
Little Debbie does not make a strawberry cheesecake roll, do they?
No, I don't think she does. But one of them does.
Strawberry cheesecake roll sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm. She might have one. Let me confirm. I don't want any bad information going out today.
Not about food.
No.
About everything else. All of our stats, figures, numbers, pie charts. Those are all wrong.
Ooh, pie.
Let me see. Got an email about you rappelling.
Yes.
Tracy said, my 16-year-old's a cadet with the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, and they've got a wonderful training center on Pike Road at the Turnpike. I know where that is. It's that tower. It's right there. When you come off of the Turnpike, you can see it there. It's a 7-story building. They climb and rappel off of it. You should be able to reach out to some firefighters, see if they can help you train with the rappelling. Yeah, well, I was thinking the only thing with that, Tracy, is I was thinking of, if you start on a rock climbing wall that's going to be 20 feet high instead of,
Yeah, funny enough, the rappelling's the least of my concern. It's the being around it all.
Yeah.
Getting into it is the toughest part. And then waiting around and not knowing where you're going to wait around. I'll figure it out.
You're right. That is always the worst part. It's just the anticipation of it. And
dread.
Knowing that it's coming up. Yeah, it's like with anything.
You're completely right. The dread before something you're not looking forward to is sometimes way worse than the thing you're going to do.
You're right. You can build yourself up to a panic.
And it's crazy, too, what fear will do to a person. It's really so much of it. And I mean, all of it's in your mind.
You're right.
It's all in your mind. And you're telling yourself it's all in your mind. But for some reason, sometimes it just won't stick.
You watched it happen yesterday. So during the show, Magnolia started blowing up my phone because she thought she had lost her AirPods that Santa just brought her for Christmas. I mean, she got them hours ago. And she got herself so upset thinking she had lost them that she barfed at school.
Really?
And then she had to go to the nurse.
Uh-huh.
And then so she was calling me, and I was trying to get to the heart of it. I'm like, okay, what's the problem here? Are you sick? Are you barfing? Or are you nervous because you know I'm going to be mad that you lost your AirPods? And it was just because she was sick to herself, but from being nervous, fear.
Yeah, and I really do try to pride myself into, if I'm afraid, still try to do it and at least attempt and get involved with it. And that really is what I believe. But Kevin kind of nailed it. He knows me very well. This is kind of big. There's other layers to me rappelling. It's getting me even by the building. Not even the rappelling part. That's one separate fucking problem right there.
Have you ever barfed because you were so nervous?
I'm not a big barfer with nerves. I can get nerves I get dehydrated.
Okay.
I get dehydrated and nauseous, but I won't throw up.
Yeah, but if you get up in the height sometimes, you just lock down. I mean, I remember just even trying to walk my son Cannon up the rapids that one time. And I got
locked up.
Yeah, I crawled up the last flight of stairs there.
I mean, I was paralyzed. I wanted to move, and I was moving, but man, I was moving like a zombie, man.
It's fascinating, when I told you guys the other day about that guy that climbed up Half Dome at Yosemite, 3,000 feet, sheer rock face, and they did an MRI on his brain. He has the ability, and those people do. They can shut down those, whatever it is that fires in your brain, that's the fear center. I guess they can map that out, and he had zero activity in that part of his brain. So it's like he just is able to...
Fearless.
Yeah, and in other people, it's just, so it's a part of our brain that, and who knows, they may get to the point eventually where they could give Jaybird something that he would get up there and it would just, imagine if that were just turned off in your brain, it wouldn't even, you'd be like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Beer helps.
Yeah, well, that is part, I mean, in a sense, that is part of it because you do things that you wouldn't do.
Oh, it's true.
And it's working in your mind. It's shutting down parts of your brain.
It is completely
That's what
true.
it is. So I can imagine they would be able to come up with something eventually.
So some of that stuff, what it does is it distracts you. You're not even thinking about. If I was to take a medicine or to even drink, my mind would be so relaxed and thinking about very much in the moment and not afraid of what's going on. And I wonder too if that never happened. That one incident at the tennis court where I had that first full-blown panic attack, which is the reason why I'm afraid of buildings. If that doesn't happen, does the fear of buildings never happen? Or does it manifest in some other weird way?
Great question.
Because it all
were you fated to be afraid of buildings and heights?
It all stems from that time when I was 12 or 11 years old. From then on, buildings, and it got progressively worse as I was a teenager. Because I don't think I ever confronted it or really talked to anybody about it.
If that day had never happened, would you be okay?
Exactly. I wonder that.
Or were you just destined to be...
Fucking weirdo.
Or, even though you don't want to say it anymore, a weird motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm trying to clean up my fucking language.
It's working.
I'm trying to. Oh, wait, no, 19. Whatever year we're going into.
Well, Friday may not be the day. Friday's going to be a day of eating and drinking.
I think it might be.
Yeah, Jenny sent in an email. Said, I was just thinking that it might be an interesting and fun idea to have Virginia or Denny's ask Lana drunk girl trivia questions one week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't hate that.
Yeah.
I like Lana on Drunk Girl
Oh,
Trivia.
she would love it. That's just her bag.
She loves the attention.
Oh, she's such an
Okay.
I'm not going to call her an attention whore. I can't talk bad about women like that.
But wait, I'm talking about myself.
Lana would be so disappointed. She's all about woman empowerment.
And another thing to think about, got an email here. Heather from Stewart said, hey, I'm looking for a nice, fun hotel that serves amazing margaritas and other specialty drinks. That's going to have a great DJ mainstream music for New Year's Eve. Can you guys put out anything for suggestions on the show? That would be amazing anywhere in South Florida or Orlando. Thank you and love you all. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are going to be having stuff going down that you can check out.
Most restaurants and bars are doing something. Mm-hmm. For me, I don't like it because I think it's a night of amateurs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I like to stay home. I like a good house party on New Year's Eve.
Hell yeah.
I party hard all the time. I don't need New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's almost like a bumper sticker.
You can have it. How about that? That's for y'all.
For the
I'm
amateurs.
good.
Yeah, I do. I like being a homebody for New Year's Eve.
Me
It's
too.
very cozy.
There's too many bad things that can happen with people that aren't used to drinking. So I know I can drink, but there's a lot of people out there that never drink unless it's New Year's Eve or their birthday. Believe it or not, those people are in great numbers.
Well, too, I mean, Uber and Lyft, they're really hard to get on New Year's Eve. And then
And
you have to worry
expensive.
about driving and all that. Who's going to be driving, who's not drinking, if you are a drinker. It
Do a
sucks.
house party and just take everybody's keys and let everybody stay over.
Oh, someone's definitely having sex.
If you are looking to get out, there's a couple places like the Westin in Fort Lauderdale, the beach resort there. They've got Spread the Dub playing. So, they'll have like the rooftop pool party, that kind of stuff.
I love a hotel party, too. Same
Yeah.
concept. You're there. You're not going anywhere. You're not driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a couple stuff that's going on. In fact, thinking about this, my cousin, he's got a table at the Fontainebleau for New Year's Eve, and he's like, you ought to come join us. My parents are going to be in town.
Oh.
And
Is he paying for the table at the Fontainebleau and inviting you to come for free, or does he want you to
I'm
split
coming for free. Yeah, so he got a table somehow, and
That's a
they're-
grand minimum.
It is, yeah. You might think they're more than that. The seats, yeah, it's pretty expensive. Well, they've got David Guetta and Tiesto there that night. I think Alesso is going to be there,
Jaybird's favorite.
and then they got Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne
Wow.
Notice how quiet
going to be there that weekend. Yeah, so that's all going on. So the
That's-
Fontainebleau, yeah, all weekend. David Guetta and Tiesto Saturday, and then 2 nights later you got the Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne, or 3 nights.
Too rich for my blood.
I'd rather take a math test.
You talking to his mic? Or?
I hit my elbow.
Not really.
I hit my elbow.
The mic was very far from his mouth.
I'm getting complaints about our sound, and I'm like going, yeah, I guess I hear it. And then then I look over, and he's not talking to his
Well,
mic.
I hit my mic, and
Yeah, okay.
look, I'm not a polished career man. Let's just say that.
Yeah, but there are some hotels. I did see a pretty lengthy list. There's something on Sun Sentinel that you can go and check, and they had listed some hotels that have, some rooftop parties and stuff like that. And that may not be, you're still probably going to see drunks, but at least you'll have a room you could retreat to and things like that.
I loved that Harborside gig that we did for a few years.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was nice because it was very family. No one was losing their shit, and
Right.
we got out of there relatively early.
And I stayed at the hotel. I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed there. I drank and ate.
They still have rooms. That would be something to look into if you're in Stewart. That's not too far from you. In Jupiter, their Harborside place, something to check into.
Check and see and that they still do it. I don't know. We don't do it with them, but they might still do it without us.
Mm-hmm. Probably. So, yeah, and then there's a lot of other festivities going on. Miami actually does really well South Florida for New Year's. If you do want to go out, I mean, aside from, your New York, which is big, and your Vegas, which is big, they actually, I'd say Miami's probably in third.
I did Miami one year. It's expensive.
Oh my gosh.
It is, and that's the problem.
Every place you want to go
Yeah.
wants to charge you a couple $100, and I just think that's ridiculous.
Were you guys freaked out when the year 2000 was coming around for New Year's Eve? And were you expecting everything?
Y2K?
Yeah, Y2K. Were you expecting it all to go down?
I remember thinking, nothing's going to work. All the computers are going to fail. We're not going to be able to get our money.
I was nervous until about 12:15, and then I looked up at the TV, and Billy Joel was playing. I think either scenes from an Italian restaurant. Everything just seemed normal. I'm like, I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's all going to go to shit. And I started feeling better. But yeah, that was such a
Just
big...
Billy Joel calms you.
Totally. But that was a big deal.
How do we get Billy to rappel with you?
Oh, it'll never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is not a Full House episode.
I know, like,
The guy with the problem that's going to go to the Billy, it's not going to work. No.
Dream big, little one.
Pitbull's got his show at Bayfront Park. G-Eazy and Migos are going to be at 11 on New Year's Eve. Tiffany Haddish is going to be at James L. Knight Center.
Did you say Mijos?
Yeah. And J Balvin and Alesso, they're going to be at the Fontainebleau. Yeah, wow, that's a big bill there at the Fontainebleau. Man, I got to figure out how to go to that.
You are going to pay out the ass.
Well, no, I'm not. Like I said, my cousin's
Your
picking
cousin's
up the ticket.
paying the whole thing?
Well, he's picking up the table. What else do I have to pay?
I guess not.
Yeah. So.
Will you stay down there?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I'd have to, see if they have a room. But
Look at the Eden Rock. It's right next door, and it's half the price.
Yeah, I just don't see that happen. I got my parents here, so.
Were we ever in the Fontainebleau together?
Yes.
We were for what?
We were down there for a radio convention at the Eden Rock.
Okay, we didn't get into Fontainebleau, did we?
I did.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. That's where we had the iHeart music thing when Enrique Iglesias hugged me.
Always
Remember
gotta
that?
name
That was
drop.
when Virginia was hammering. I saw her, and somehow she got in VIP, and I couldn't, and I saw her beelining for the corporate boss.
I wasn't there for that.
And I'm
one.
trying to scream to Panda. I'm like, no!
Panda did.
I'm like, this is a career
Get
ender.
her out of there.
Oh, my
Career
gosh.
ender. I wasn't there for that.
Oh, I saw her. And she was
I got
just,
some stuff to
and
say.
she was like pushing people out of the way and making a beeline straight for like the head boss of iHeart. I'm like, no, dude, you gotta stop her.
I remember Kevin.
I'm like, we will
telling-
not have a job tomorrow if she gets to him. It was just like, it was like a Mission Impossible kind of thing.
Panda came over to me so quick and faked a stomach ache.
Yes.
And I remember being like, I'm so annoyed. You and your gentle belly.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
we went for a walk so he could feel better.
She was like
in
a
his-
ticking time bomb. Like, you got to defuse that or we will all
Oh,
pay.
and Mama had some shit to say.
Oh, she looked, and she's like,
no, I'm going to tell that motherfucker.
yeah.
Panda, thank you for saving our career.
Yes.
It's gone so well.
Oh, come on now. We get to work with each other. We're friends.
I'm kidding.
Live in a beautiful area.
I got this email from Ashley. He said, hey, I was wondering your different takes on something that Dax Shepard recently said on his podcast. He said that there is no such thing as the one, that you have to find a person that you're compatible with and learn to make that person the one throughout the years. That basically you are committing to a person and then learning to love them after you've made the commitment. With all the talk of no wife, happy life on yesterday's show, I'd be happy to hear what Jaybird would have to say, as well as Kevin and Virginia, who have experienced different stages of marriage. Well, he's saying you make a commitment to somebody and then you learn to love them. Well, that's an arranged marriage.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he had said that because he wasn't forced to,
Now, I do believe.
marry Kristen Bell.
I think any of us in this room, any of us listening, we could have 50 the ones. It's just a matter of, did your paths cross?
Yeah, I completely agree with Virginia. I believe in soulmates, plural. I think you can have friends that are soulmates. Like Denny's is a soulmate of mine. We're
course.
we belong to be friends with each other. I mean, it would be kind of ridiculous to think there's so many parts of the earth you haven't been to. Your soulmate is the town you grew up in or the town you went to college with.
You could make it happen in any town.
Agreed.
With numbers of people probably in every town. I think it's just about chemistry.
I don't know. You ever been to Logan?
But there's soulmates
Okay,
within
every
Logan.
town
though.
except Logan.
No, there's soulmates within Logan, without a doubt. But there's probably a few of them.
I don't have one there. I can guarantee
Not
you that.
you. Not you.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think that might be it. It may not be it. It depends upon the size of the town, and what your prospects are. You got to narrow them down. It depends upon how agreeable you are and what your specifics are.
But I mean, the idea that you meet your soulmate in the town that you grow up in is kind of, I don't know.
Stupid.
It's storybookish because
Yeah.
if you haven't left your town and you've never traveled, you could absolutely hit it off with other people. It's just when you get in a committed relationship, you stay in the committed relationship. You're not looking anymore.
And if he's trying to say, love is hard and you got to work at it and make each other happy and to have happy and to have your soulmate, yeah, that's all correct. You do. It is work. Mm-hmm. But I think that you could absolutely make it happen with a bunch of different people in a bunch of different towns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could too.
I believe in just soulmates, just friends and lovers.
Well,
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with how specific you are in your wants and desires. Are they mainstream kind of like desires, or are they niche-y and kind of off? And then what is your spectrum of acceptance? And that really sums it up. A lot of people in my hometown, they wind up together and they're great because their desire is to stay in Logan. And so
they think Logan's great.
they do. They love it. And honestly, Logan is great for certain things. It depends on what you want in life.
Sure.
And so it's an amazing town for what those people, what they want. It wasn't right for me. So I knew, my soulmate, if it was yeah, we're going to stay in Logan, this and that just wasn't, that wasn't where I wanted to, grow old.
And I think you can marry your soulmate and that be your one and only soulmate. You're not cheating on them, but yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
You can stay with that person forever and make it work and just put the time in.
And be happy too.
And be so happy.
No one is perfect. There's no human that is perfect.
That's
and no one is
true.
going to be perfect for you. That to me alone kills the concept of soulmates. And I think what's dangerous is people wind up in relationships and then they think that they've met their soulmate because they find somebody that's cool that they could have settled with. But that wasn't the person you met first, and too late, you've already made a commitment. You really need to, first of all, be safe when you marry and be sure that this is somebody I think I could spend the rest of my life with. And then when you do, yeah, you should try to commit to them and realize there are going to be ups and downs. And don't go running off the next time you find someone else that you think you could have been married to. Because you probably would find other people that, yeah, given the right circumstances, I could have married them.
I just know people, growing up where they did not. To me, I think you should marry somebody you're going to be friends with. Someone that you have a friendship with.
That you really do enjoy their company genuinely.
Absolutely. I just know so many people that they got to a certain age and they panicked and they thought they had to get married and had to have this life. And they did not marry a friend, someone that they actually like. They married someone they kind of got along with, settled for, but they really don't have anything that much in common.
Oh, that sounds miserable.
I know a lot of people like that.
I think you should date a lot before you get married.
Yeah, probably.
I don't
For
see-
most people, you should.
I think that you really, really should. That's just my opinion.
And everyone's different too. I mean, some people know at 18 they want to get married, have kids, and that's the life they want. Some people really know that.
Yeah, my buddy's friend got married at 20.
Really?
Or not friend, his son.
Yeah.
But, I think a lot of that, you see that, with my Christian friends, they'll do that because their main thing is they got to find somebody that is completely in line, is dedicated, to the church and to the faith as they are.
And they have no sex until marriage.
Right.
And they have a raging boner, and they're like, I got to get this
big
going
time.
on.
I got to tap it.
I got to put this somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hazardous at this point.
So they keep their main core values in line their entire life through that, and then that's how they do it. Yeah.
Everyone's got a different story and a reason why they get to a certain point.
I just think about who I was when I was 20 and then who I was when I was 30. And can I imagine being married to the person that I was with when I was 20? No.
Oh, it's crazy.
No. What a dumbass. I was chasing this guy around.
Yeah.
I was an idiot. He didn't really even like me that much.
Oh.
He kind of basically told me I was fat without saying you're fat. He was like, you're a little bit chubby in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, this is why
That's
Mama's
the
got.
guy.
This is all making sense now. Totally.
Can you imagine marrying the person that you dated when you were 20?
No fucking way.
Pastor Todd at Christ Fellowship, he's married to his 7th grade girlfriend. 7th grade. Could you imagine that?
Shit.
Who you were dating in 7th grade, imagine you being married to them.
But I wonder too, because back in 7th grade, I didn't have those kind of friendships with girls at that point. And some friends that I had, they were friends with girls. They got to really know girls. I didn't really get to start knowing girls until I got into high school, and it was more at that point trying to date them and not be friends with them. It sounds like he grew up with this girl and was friends with her.
Yeah.
So that to me, I can see how that could happen.
Yeah,
you
they
can
lock
fall
it
in
down
love
quick,
with somebody.
Though. Yeah, that just makes me so nervous.
Oh,
I couldn't even imagine locking it down at
7th
19,
grade.
20,
Oh
something
my
like
gosh.
Mags is in 8th grade.
I
So
know.
whoever she knew last year, she married one of those little
that.
guys.
She's met her husband, yeah.
Wow.
It works for some people.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's it. I mean, just an extensive answer to your question. I think a lot of it, that's why it just, and he would say that he's married to a soulmate because I think that things were lined up where their parameters fit, what they needed, and then the commitment is a big part of it. They've probably worked out the edges on the other thing. They didn't give up on it, and they did it so that they fit together.
And I always feel like, too, when you're in a relationship, you got to want to have your mate's back. I mean, you want to be there for them and defend them like you defend a very good friend.
Sure.
And you hear someone talking
Yeah.
shit about you, you're like, fuck you. No, you don't ever say that. That's the kind of feeling I think you should
And
have.
that comes from you. I think a lot of times we're often looking for our mate to make the relationship special. But a lot of times it's what you do to make the relationship special, and that's your own attitude. No one can make you defensive of your mate like that except for you.
Yeah.
And so we're always waiting for the other person in the relationship to make the relationship good or to make us happy. Meanwhile, we need to say, well, what are you doing?
Man in the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, girl.
Yeah. Blow my mind.
Kevin getting deep.
I think we're all getting deep. Shit.
Deep questions. Good stuff.
I like when we get deep. Got to.
I bet you do.
Well, some of us can only get so deep, Virginia.
Oh, we're going to end there on your
on a zinger towards myself.
tiny dick comment. Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, all you little dick people.
Tiny Tim over here. God bless us, everyone.
Tiny Tim.
All right, we got a couple days left here. Yeah, people are going, wait, today was the last show. I don't know what we said that made people think that. But some people are going, no. We've got 2 more left before we get into the holidays and the new year and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, tomorrow Jaybird's going to start eating fiber bars early, and then he's going to shit himself at 7:30.
Will never happen.
14 fiber ones.
Will never happen.
Can't wait for that. That's going to be exciting. Then
That
Friday,
is.
he's going to be full drunk, and then by 10, he'll barf. So, still got a lot of highlights.
I sound like an animal.
Yeah. All right, y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.